Officer Dave, would you open the courtroom for us?
The state of Michigan 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge David S. Robinson Jr. presiding. Court is now in session. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Hello.
Hey, hello.
What is your name?
Charles Edward Crutchfield Jr.
Counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, let's get started. We are on the record. This is file 161222489, credit acceptance versus Somalia Carmichael. Could I have your appearances? Oops, I got the wrong file. I'm sorry. Ms. Kalish, you got Palisades, correct?
I do.
Let's try this one. This is 06106624. Palisades Collection versus Charles Crutchfield. Your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Mimi Kalish. My P number is 52383 on behalf of the plaintiff.
And what is your name, sir?
Charles Edward Crutchfield Jr.
Mr. Crutchfield, you are the moving party. What is the basis of your objection to garnishment?
Okay, so I didn't know anything about this.
What does this mean?
I mean, this
Divide
garnishment. This garnishment.
Okay, please
I
continue.
didn't know anything about this garnishment. So they said this supposed to have happened in 2000. So 2017, 16 or 17, I ain't noticed it. They started taking money out my income taxes, probably 2007, 16 to 17. I didn't know anything about it until like 2018 or 2019 that they was taking this money from me. So when I reached out to them and asked them, what is this about? They said something about some cell phones from AT&T in 2000. I'm like, 2000? I never even had a cell phone by AT&T in 2000. So they said that I supposed to have got these phones. And I asked them, I said, well, if I got these phones, what kind of proof do you have that I have it? Show me some proof, some paperwork or anything to show me that I bought these phones from you guys, and then we can take it from there. They didn't have any proof. They didn't have nothing. They just said that they was debt collectors from AT&T. I called AT&T and asked AT&T about it. They don't have no knowledge about it. So I was like, well, what's going on? Like, where's the proof that has my handwriting saying that I signed these papers for these phones? They don't have that. So I'm asking them, where's the paperwork?
And do you have anything else you want to tell the court?
I mean, as far as that, I mean, because like I said, I never ever got any phones from AT&T. Right. Never.
Let me hear from Ms. Kalish.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll simply point out what the court already knows, that this judgment was entered back in 2006. The defendant was properly served with a summons and complaint. He failed to answer the complaint, which resulted in a default judgment being entered. The judgment was renewed for another 10 years on June 27, 2016. We took $846 from a state tax garnishment on May 10th, 2021. Mr. Crutchfield called our office on February 16th, 2021, asked some questions about the underlying judgment. But no action was taken at that time. That was 2 years ago. I would just underscore for the court that a defendant doesn't have the luxury of sitting on its rights for a number of years while the plaintiff creditor spends money trying to collect on the judgment. There are avenues that he can take, beginning with answering the initial complaint. So challenging the underlying complaint is not a valid basis for the objection to garnishment, and I would ask that it be denied.
All right, the court's prepared to rule in this matter. Mr. Crutchfield, the
Yes.
only matter before the court today is your objection to garnishment. Michigan Court Rule 3.101K specifically provides that you may not use the objection to garnishment as a means of challenging the validity of the underlying judgment, and that's what you're attempting to do. By way of background, it appears from the court record that summons and complaint were filed on this matter on April 28th of 2006. You were personally served with that summons and complaint, which had been filed that earlier March. You failed to respond, and on July 19th of 2006, a default judgment was entered against you. That judgment was renewed on June 27th of 2016 and lives for 6 years. Having failed to state a valid objection to garnishment, your objection to garnishment must be denied. Sir, you have an absolute right to appeal my decision. That appeal must be perfected within 21 days of today in the Wayne County Circuit Court. Court will send out both of you in order. Thank you both for coming in.
Can I say anything?
Sir, I've made my ruling.
I understand that. I understand, but I just wanted to say, I never got any, they never served me with any papers. If they did, what address did they have? I never got any papers from these people. The only time I ever found out about them was 2016.
If you disagree with the court's order, you have an absolute right to appeal. That appeal should be perfected within 21 days today in the Wayne County Circuit Court. Thank you for coming in. Ms. Kalish, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Richard Losman has a case with Jordan. I don't know who that is. Oh, there's a Monica Jordan. And there's Richard Losman. 2-0. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you today?
Good morning,
Great.
Your Honor.
All right, we are on the record calling file number 19169-559. Credit Acceptance Corporation versus Monica Jordan. Date and time for objection to garnishment. Your appearance.
Judge, may I please court? My name is Attorney Richard Grusin. I'm the attorney of record for the plaintiff. My bar number is 35222, and today I am the respondent to defendant's objection to a wage garnishment.
And what is your name, ma'am?
My name is Monica E. Jordan.
All right, this is an adjourned date. We were last together on this file on May the 3rd. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get Ms. Jordan's audio into the main session, but we're here now. So tell me, what is the basis, ma'am, of your objection to garnishment?
Well, the basis is at first I can't afford a garnishment. Once the garnishment has hit my paycheck, I'm left with a little under $800, which means that doesn't even cover my rent is $950 a month. So I can't pay my rent. My car note is $428. My insurance is $382. My light bill is $400 a month. My water bill is $103 a month. I can't afford to have a garnishment. But I have to say this. I am willing, if Credit Acceptance Court would take a offer of a settlement, if they would do that. I don't know what the amount will be if they could take off the interest that has accrued on the 11,000. They got it to 11,500, whatever it is now. If they would take a settlement on that, I'm not sure because I haven't been able to talk to him. I keep getting pushed to a different number when I call. So
Do you have any legal basis for your objection to garnishment other than financial hardship?
Legal basis?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
That's what we're doing here.
no. I'm just objecting to garnishment because I can't afford it. No, I know we owe for this. I do know that.
All right, Mr. Rusin, let me hear from you.
Judge, may it please court, I have not heard at the moment a sufficient argument that would allow defendant to prevail on her objection to garnishment, which is of course filed under Michigan Court Rule 3.101. However, based on the record by defendant, I would be very happy to go into a breakout room. I would be very happy to talk with Monica, some ways to settle the case, and on that I rest.
All right, this is the ruling of the court. Financial hardship, ma'am, is something we all recognize as human beings, but it is not a valid basis for an objection to garnishment. You have failed to state a valid objection to garnishment. Your objection to garnishment must therefore be denied. You have an absolute right to appeal my decision. That appeal must be perfected within 21 days of today in the Wayne County Circuit Court. The court's going to put you guys into a chat room. If you're able to work something out, then I'll be between the two of you. I'll send out an order today, and good luck to you both. Let's see if I can get to the chat room.
Thank you.
Mr. Rusin, Mark 4, Michael Jordan, Room 4, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good, thank you.
What do you have this morning?
489, credit acceptance for Carmichael.
Okay, I have Somalia Carmichael. Let's get her in here and get started.
All right.
Hello? 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 What is your name?
Somalia Carmichael.
All right, let's get started. This is file number 161222489. Credit Acceptance Corporation versus Somalia Carmichael. Date and time for objection to garnishment. Your appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Ashley Nonis, P77029 on behalf of plaintiff.
And what is your name again, ma'am?
Somalia Carmichael.
You are the moving party. What is the basis of your objection to garnishment?
Okay, so I'm well aware of what I put in the letter. I don't necessarily have like an issue with the garnishment itself. It's just how it came about. On the garnishment letter, it says that they've been trying to reach me at Denton Street. I've never lived at Denton Street. I've always lived at 19656 Albion Street in Detroit, Michigan. And Credit Acceptance is very aware of that. And so for them to try to reach me with this garnishment at that address, I'm just now receiving it in April. April 14th. I'm just now receiving it.
Do you have any other basis, ma'am, for your objection to garnishment?
They don't necessarily have like an exact amount on what they were supposed to garnish. There is no amount on the garnishment paper. So they proceeded to take out $118. I don't make enough to where they're able to take out $118. I have nothing left after that other than barely can pay my rent after they do that. They have no amount on there. And as well, there is another party that's assigned to that car payment that has not received any garnishment, and which she did agree to take over the garnishment if possible. Unfortunately, she's not here right now.
Let me hear from Ms. Nonis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Unfortunately, everything the defendant states today is legally invalid. It's not a valid objection. When it comes to the paperwork, that paperwork is provided to her from her employer. It's 25% of her wages, which is garnished. So everything on the garnishment itself is proper. We have an amount on there. We have the balance owed. We have a proper address of her in the system, which she read today in court. As for the other party, she is jointly and severally liable in Michigan, so she is just as liable as the other party is. So it really isn't relevant whether the other party is paying, not paying, or if we're pursuing them through garnishment.
All right, the court's prepared to rule in this matter. You've raised three issues. Number one, you claim financial hardship. Financial hardship, while something we understand as human beings, is not a valid basis for an objection to garnishment. Secondly, you point out that there's someone else in addition to you who is liable on this judgment. The fact that there is someone in addition to you who is liable on the judgment does not protect you from garnishment. This is a joint and several judgment against you and the co-defendant, and it is the right of the plaintiff who has the judgment against both of you to garnish one of you, both of you, or none of you. That's the plaintiff's decision. That's not yours. Finally, in regard to your complaint about the address, the notice of the garnishment is not made to you by the plaintiff. Indeed, what the plaintiff does is to file a writ of garnishment. They go to a bank, they go to an employer, they go to a credit union, somewhere that they think has money that belongs to you. That party, that institution, is called the garnishee defendant. It is the obligation of the garnishee defendant to let you know that you have been garnished. It is the obligation of the garnishee defendant to say, yes, I have money that belongs to Ms. Carmichael, or no, I do not. And finally, it is the obligation of the garnishee defendant, if they have funds that belong to you, to turn those over to the plaintiff. Having failed to state a valid objection to garnishment, your objection to garnishment must be denied. You, of course, have an absolute right to appeal my decision. That appeal must be perfected in 21 days today in the Wayne County Circuit Court. The court will send out an order to both of you. Thank you both for coming in. We are off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just be safe out there.
Thank you, too.
All right, Ms. Jordan, I'm going to release you now.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day, ma'am.
You as well.
Morning, ma'am. What is your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Liza Esqueda, and I'm here on behalf of Midland Funding.
Okay.
And the
what,
defendant is Tracy Cowan.
what is your name, ma'am?
Liza Esqueda.
I got you. I got you, counsel. I'm trying to see if I have the other side.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you hear me? I don't have sound for her, apparently. I'll put her back in the waiting room. We'll try it again. We do not have sound for her, apparently.
Hello.
Yeah, now I have sound.
Hello. Good morning. I'm sorry.
All right, we are on the record. This is file 05138320, Asset Acceptance LLC versus Tracy Cowan. Date and time for objection and garnishment, your appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Liza Esqueda, P number 80588 on behalf of Midland Credit.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Tracy Lynn Cowan.
Ms. Cowan, you are the moving party. What is the basis of your objection to garnishment?
Okay, Your Honor, during the time where this incident took place, as far as the judgment and the summons that was filed initially, I was incarcerated from 2003 to January of 2022 on a drug conviction. I was released on special parole last year by Governor Whitmer. My objections are fundamentals, just saying that I had no due process in these actions, that I was, when the summons and complaint was filed, I was incarcerated. I had legal mail, special handling, so if this was properly served, there would be some type of documentation.
Right.
So
I'm looking at your objection to garnishment, ma'am. I don't see anything that shows you were incarcerated. I don't see anything that shows dates of incarceration.
okay, this paper that I have, it says objections to garnishment in bold, and then there's number F, 1F, and it said the writ was properly issued and
Ma'am, I
valid.
understand what the form says.
Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
I'm
You said
saying
you,
is you have not submitted any proof of incarceration.
I can, Your Honor.
Well, what I'll do is I'll adjourn this matter for 2 weeks, but I will not adjourn the matter again, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm asking that the plaintiffs also provide me with documentation. I have no documentation from them to even dispute these allegations.
Ma'am, there's a judgment that's been entered. You claim you were not served. If you're
Yes.
able to show that you were incarcerated at the time there was the purported service, we'll deal with that. But
Okay.
until then, the plaintiff has a judgment which is presumptively valid. Today is what, May 17th? I'll
Yes,
adjourn this
yes.
matter to May 31st at 10 o'clock. There will be no further adjournments. If you have any proofs, you must submit them both to the court and to the plaintiff. And I would urge you to do that promptly. May 31st, 10 o'clock. We'll hear your objection to garnishment. There will be no further adjournments.
Thank you for the
Thank you for coming in.
opportunity.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's be safe out here.
Thank you.
13th of 104 symphonies by Florence Yosef Haydn. The Conservatori Philharmonia Bulgaria recorded them all. Here's an example of their work during this supported WRC JFM. Have a little mystery composer time for us now. This French composer was pretty much an exact contemporary, but lived during the same years as Francis Haydn and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. There's a ballet suite from one of his operas, the French ensemble from his Agrément, founding the mystery composer. Find out who he is coming up in just about 20 minutes. Story is about the ancient king of Gaul who rebels against Roman rule. His name is Sabinus, and that's the dance part of that fun story from the opera by Francois Joseph Wozzeck. Haydn, Mozart contemporary, Mozart history composer, is out in performing this music for the WRCJ FM Detroit. Today's a cool day of the week. Low 60s expected this afternoon. The temperature about 16 Celsius in Metro Detroit. 90.9 FM Detroit. Support for WRCJ comes from Old St. Mary's Youth Center, inviting all for the final third Sunday concert of the season, May 21st at 3:30 p.m. The music consisting of ladies and music of Old St. Mary. The Old St. Mary Choir, under the direction of Bob Barnhart, and featuring organist Joanne Clark, performing music of Simpson, Road, and Elton. There is no admission charge, and free guided parking is provided.
I'm Gail from Rochester and Detroit, and I love WRCJ 90.9 FM and HD1 Detroit.
90.9 Detroit, Windsor, and Harburg, your all classical jazz music station. That's what we do. We play music. That's it. Classical music all day, jazz music all night. Play your smart speaker to play WRCJ and enjoy continuous great music and take it with you anywhere with a free app, Google Play or the App Store.
Mr. Cox, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Were you able to serve the defendant here?
Yes, Judge, we did show personal service of Miss Deborah Ann Ross Tyner on April 30th, 2023 at 7:20 p.m.
All right, so I don't think she's coming as of yet, so I'll put you in the waiting room. We'll see what's going on.
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
what is your name?
Annette Pocahontas Williams.
All right, hold on for just a second.
Thank you, sir.
What is your name? Oops.
I beg your pardon?
No, I'm waiting for the other part.
Okay. I'm in courtroom 539.
Correct. What is your name, sir?
Okay, thank you.
Who, me, sir?
Yes, you.
My name is Ashton Gilliam.
All right, this is a small claims appeal, which is done off the record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of you into a chat room and then I'll join you there. So we'll get that done, then we'll get started in the chat room. So we're off the record as is required in small claims matters.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. 4, 4. Hello? 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 Isn't working. Hello? On my broadcast. Why can't I join that? All right, Mr. Gilliam, hang on for a minute. Something seems not to be working too well today.
Okay.
I had the other side. She seems to have disappeared. Oh, here she is. Hello?
Hello? Yes, sir. I apologize. My phone dropped. My name is Annette Pocahontas Williams.
All right, let's
I
try.
was in courtroom 539. Hello?
All right, hang on.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Cox, I don't have anything as of yet,
Okay,
so we'll give a few more minutes.
sounds good, Judge.
We are on the record calling file number 17107-434, Oakland Community College versus Deborah Ross Tyner. Could I have your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Keith Cox of Winters and Associates on behalf of the plaintiff, P59146.
Mr. Cox, this matter is scheduled for a debtor's examination today at 10 o'clock. It's now 11:25. Court signed a subpoena in this matter back on March 19th of 23. Were you able to serve the defendant with our subpoena?
We did, Your Honor. We were able to personally serve the defendant with the subpoena.
All right, I don't see that return in my file. Make sure it appears. Why don't you go forward then, sir, with your motion for order to show cause? Be sure to send in with the motion your proof of service in regard to our subpoena for today.
Yeah, Judge, this client doesn't often authorize our office to go ahead with the show cause. I think what I'd like to do is make the request. And obviously, if the court grants it, we could take advantage of that opportunity if my client so dictates. But if we choose not to, I think that option would also be on the table. So at this time, Judge, we'd move the court for the show cause, and we'll file the appropriate paperwork based on the defendant's failure to appear here today.
Look forward to your, look forward to your motion, and be sure to include the proof that you're able to subpoena the defendant for today.
In our motion, Judge, we'll attach that proof if we proceed forward with the show cause.
Thank you, Mr. Cox.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Be safe.